Hello everyone, and thank you for stopping by the channel. My name is Talisha and I also go by CreativiTeeByT, and if you are new to watching, I do welcome you and I hope you consider subscribing, and thank you to all of my returning subscribers for your support. So today I will be sharing my third and final garment that I made as one of my contributions for the Black History Month Pattern Designers Challenge. I was going to try to squeeze in another make with the fabric that I purchased from the Black History Month Pattern Designers Challenge collection from Spoon Flower, but I wasn't able to slot time out for that. However, I do have this third and final make that I am going to share with you today. So in case you are not aware of what the Black History Month Pattern Designers Challenge is, it's a challenge that has been hosted by Natieda of So Natural Dane, and she has been doing this for the last 4 years. The challenge is a challenge for those who quilt, sew, crochet, or anything of that nature to make something that was designed by a Black pattern designer and or purchase fabric from a Black owned fabric or yarn store. The challenge has been going on throughout the whole entire month of February, and it will end on the 28th, which I think is tomorrow. But if you would like to look at all of the wonderful makes that have been submitted so far, just follow the hashtag BHM Pattern Designers hashtag and you will be able to view all the lovely makes. So for today's make, and as my third contribution to this challenge, is this beautiful blazer, which is called the Nikki Blazer, that was designed by Erin of Style Sew Me Patterns. Erin is a pretty well known sewist in the sewing community for her patterns and her sew alongs, and she is also a sponsor for this challenge. Erin's designs, in my opinion, are very modest and classy. She has a lot of patterns that could easily be worn as everyday type of clothing, and she also has patterns that could be applied towards building a nice business wardrobe. And if you like loungewear, she has that too. So there's definitely a variety of good selection to pick from, and many people in the sewing community have tested and made her patterns. So yes, it is approved. So I would encourage you to check out her website so that you know what she has to offer in the event that you may want to sew up one of her patterns. So I picked this pattern as one of my patterns to make because this is yet another pattern that has been on my list of patterns to make, but I never got around to it because I didn't want to deal with the PDF side of things. So when this challenge was announced, I went ahead and I printed off the pattern early on in the game because I knew if I didn't, I probably wasn't going to get it taped and cut out in time, because there are a lot of pattern pieces to this blazer, but we'll discuss that in a bit. So now I will talk a little bit about my experience while making this blazer. And first, the name of it, like I said previously, is the Nikki Blazer, and it is by Erin of Style Sew Me Patterns, and the description is Mrs. Blazer, and there is only one view for this pattern, which is what I am wearing. And the fabric recommendations are going to be your medium heavyweight woven such as twill, denim, suede, and corduroy. And the sewing skill level is not rated, or at least I didn't see it. However, I believe an advanced beginner level skill or higher would be required to make this comfortably. I've heard other sewists that have made this say that a beginner could do it. Yeah, a beginner could do it, but I think it would be too much and kind of overwhelming for a beginner because there's linings, there's facings, and you also have to install the shoulder pad, which requires you to stitch in the ditch for this pattern, and I don't think new sewists are ready to tackle all of those tasks within a project. There are no closures, which is another reason why I think that, you know, it's somewhat beginner friendly, but I still think you should be at an advanced beginner level so that you're not so overwhelmed. And also, it takes a lot of time to make this project from start to finish, which is like the prep work and actually getting it completed. So yeah, my recommendation is just to be at an advanced beginner level. So for the pattern pieces to make this blazer, my goodness, there are 14 pattern pieces to make this pattern. And I normally will read off to you which pattern pieces I've used, but I'm not going to do that because there's so many of them. So I'm just going to throw in an image of what the instructions has inside so that you can see the layout of what the pattern pieces look like and how they needed to be cut out, because yeah, it was a lot. 14, and then some of them you had to cut out twice. Yeah. So the notions that you need is just going to be your thread, and the pattern sizing comes in 0 through extra large, and the size extra large has a finished bust measurement of 54 inches. So I thought that was pretty good in size inclusive, and the size that I cut is the size extra large because I fell within those finished garment measurements that were provided, and it did fit very well in my opinion. I will say that I was nervous about cutting my good fabric at first because I have issues with indie pattern sizes, so I did make a muslin first, which is not something that I do all the time, but I went ahead and made a muslin first and it fit well. So I use that same size, which is the extra large, to make this final garment. And overall, I do think that it looks like the illustration that was given within the pattern instructions. You can definitely look at it and tell that it is a Nikki Blazer, but I did finish my blazer towards the bottom of the collar differently, and that is because of an issue that I ran into with the pattern pieces, and because of that my collar at the bottom kind of overhangs the actual blazer hem, but I did it on both sides to make it appear as intentional and as if it was a design feature, and it worked out. The instructions were very easy to follow. They were very clear, and Erin also has a sew along to go with this pattern, so if you prefer a sew along, you have that as well. I did watch the sew along prior to making it, but when I started working on the actual garment, I only used the written instructions because I didn't feel like looking at the video, but I did have some memory of what the videos, what she explained in the video was, so that also helps. The things that I liked about this pattern, I love the shaping of the blazer, and I love like the princess seams. I think this blazer is it's so classy, and I just love it. And I'm not like a hippie person, and I don't have like the Coke bottle type shape, but this blazer, it helps. Okay, so if you're looking for a blazer that can give you some shape, you need to try this one. So the only thing that I disliked about this pattern was I had a very difficult time seeing where to make my notches and marks, where the lines from the pattern on the actual PDF pattern ran into each other, and because of that, there were several areas where I had to guess the matching of the notches and things like that to make the garment come together. And for the most part, I did fine with it because I have experience, but there were some areas where it just didn't happen, and I started to get a little frustrated. I spent a lot of time on the sleeves because there was supposed to be like a double notch for the back, and I didn't see it at all on my pattern piece. I had a marking that only had like one notch, but the sleeve was so much bigger than the sleeve hole, and it made me unsure of which sleeve to attach. So I had to take a step back, and then I looked at the photos within the directions to notice that the back side seam was aligned with the back sleeve seam, because there's two sides to this sleeve. And so I use that as a guide along with the regular side seam that's up underneath the armpit to know which sleeve to put in each armhole. So I hope that makes sense, but yes, there's two sections to the sleeve. The sleeve is not all one piece like it usually is. So there's a side seam in the back, and then there's your regular side seam that goes underneath your armpit, and I noticed that side seam is in the back, which allowed me to help figure out which sleeve to put in which armhole. Kind of confusing sounding, but it makes sense. As far as any new techniques being learned, yes, this is my first time installing a shoulder pad. I used to cut shoulder pads out of all of the pieces of clothing that I've ever had, but I wanted to make sure that this garment looked like the actual finish garment that is on the pattern cover. So I installed the shoulder pads, and I actually love them. I didn't use big ones, I used smaller ones, and I just love the look. Love the look. So yes, that was a first time experience for me, along with the fact that this is the first time that I have actually made a blazer. Okay, this is also my first time working with cotton twill. Although making this became kind of tasking because it was kind of time consuming, there were a lot of pattern pieces and things like that, I do appreciate the first time experiences. So I just mentioned that I use cotton twill, and I absolutely love it. This is a cotton twill fabric, and it has some stretch to it, and this is in a royal blue color, and it actually feels amazing, and I love it. And I picked this color because I wanted to eventually make a blazer in this color for a dress that I have planned to make down the road, and this definitely kicked it off. I mean, this is just perfect. So I'm extremely pleased with it, and I think it's so nice and vibrant and good against my skin tone. I did purchase this fabric from good old Joann's and I purchased like 3 yards of it, I believe, but I didn't need like all 3 yards to make the jacket. That's just what I purchased. So as far as alterations or changes are concerned, because I ran out of time, I didn't sew in my lining or my front facing pieces, but I do plan to sew them in because I do have them all cut out. You know, I was sewing away, and because I was trying to get this completed, it made me forget that I had those pieces, and it was like 3 a.m. in the morning when I was working on this, and I actually should have just been asleep, and you know, those things happen. So yeah, my mind just went on to finish mode, and here it is. But like I said, I'm going to finish it properly, and when I do get that finish, which would be like with this coming week or whatever, I will make sure that I film what it looks like, and I will show the insides during my monthly makes video. So if you want to see what that looks like, stay tuned for that. I don't have any modification recommendations because I just think that it is fine as is. I would definitely recommend this to others because it is so cute, it is trendy, and you will get a nice blazer without having to install closures. But this does take some time from start to finish with the PDF side of things, and also the amount of pattern pieces. I know I've said that before, but I just want you to know. So just make sure you give yourself some time and prepare for that. If you are not the type of person who prefers to work on projects that takes a lot of time, just pace yourself, because at the end of the project, you are going to get a bomb blazer. So this pattern is available on the Stylesimi website, and I will leave all the links to her website and the pattern in the description box below. This pattern is very popular, and if you search the hashtag on Instagram, which is hashtag Nikki Blazer, you will see many different versions of this blazer with beautiful contrasting facings and lining. So definitely check it out if you want some inspiration, or if you just want to look at someone else's to see if this is something that you would like. So now I will share with you a few more photos and clips of my beautiful Nikki Blazer. So overall, I do love my blazer, love it. And even though my OCD won't allow me to stop looking at the part of this blazer that is not finished like everyone else's blazer, I think that it is absolutely nice, and I did get really good results. And I actually showed my husband the area at the end of the collar where I had the overhang where it doesn't look like it's supposed to look. And my husband said that it looks intentional, and he said he would have never noticed it, and even with him knowing, he still doesn't feel like it looks odd. So I can appreciate that, because my husband does not mix any words at all. So if he said it, I believe it, and that makes me feel better. So please let me know what you think about this blazer in the comments below, and make sure you take some time to go to Erin's website and check out her other PDF patterns, because like I said, she has some cute ones that fit the bill for all areas of wardrobe life. And I again will leave her link to the website in the description box below. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you already know what I'm getting ready to say. Take a pause for the cause and click the like button, and also click the subscribe button and the great notification bell so that you will be notified of future videos. And again, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Do you like the shaping? Do you like the color? Do you like the collar? I mean, let me know what you think about it. Do you like it on me? Do you think you would make it? Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to all of my new and returning subscribers for your support, and I will definitely see you in the next video. Bye!